man. So it's Western Groove. I feel like this is big news right here. Canelo versus Chavez Jr. at the T-Mobile Arena. Tickets are sold out. The title of a boxing scene article. I'm gonna skim over the article real quick for y'all. You feel me? I don't be trying to read the whole shit. If there's some important quotes, I try to get that shit in. Let's see, man. So shit, it's a 20,000 seat venue, a little more than 20,000 they're saying. I mean, that's really the only thing of significance that they're saying. Oh, and Matisse is going to be on the undercard against Emmanuel Taylor. I'm not really sure how excited I should be for that fight. I would need to go back and watch some Emmanuel Taylor and see when his last fight was so that I can give more of an I don't want to say a prediction. I mean, I could predict that fight if I really wanted to. I could go back and watch a few of their fights, but I probably ain't gonna do all of that. I probably just watch and I'll probably watch Emmanuel Taylor's last two fights and just kind of say who the fuck I think is gonna win or not eventually when I do a Chavez versus Canelo breakdown. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna say that shit. Chavez versus Canelo. Fuck Canelo. But what this does prove for fact, undisputed, is that Canelo is the biggest draw in boxing. The biggest draw in boxing. Not one of the biggest. He ain't one of the biggest. Klitschko is one of the biggest. Canelo is the biggest. I mean, shit. I'm over here talking shit. I mean, shit. I ain't really see Canelo filling up no fucking 90,000 seat shit, but he could. Probably not in the states. I mean, shit, in the states he could, but against the right opponent. I don't know why we don't do shit like that more often in the states, especially for boxing. Why wouldn't we open up these big fat ass arenas? You feel me? And just get, that's how you can like really get these great fights. You can get more money for the fighters by fucking opening up more seats, by putting the fights in venues with more seats. And I don't think that that should become the norm because even though shit, I'll be honest, me personally, I never even been to a legitimate boxing event. But so I'm trying to say this. I personally haven't been to an unboxing event, but I can still see how someone who does frequent boxing events, they would probably prefer the smaller venues because it helps keep it more intimate. Like the people that you bumping shoulders with are more intelligent fans. If there's less seats, more expensive seats, only the people who truly care are gonna fucking pay for that shit and go there and, spend their time and watch the fight. But when there's super fights like just think if Mayweather versus Pacquiao could have happened in a huge ass arena with like 100,000 people. They could have broke. They could have put that fight anywhere in the world and broke the fucking boxing record for attendance. I think Chavez Senior holds that record, if I'm not mistaken, when he fought in Mexico versus somebody I can't remember, but that could have made that fight huge. They would have made even more fucking money. They could have opened up 500,000 seats, bruh. And I mean, shit, they probably wouldn't have fucking got 500,000 niggas to go sit in there and watch. But if they would have put that fight in the right spot at the right time, they would get retardedly close. like retardedly close. They would get more during that fight. They would have got more than 2,500 people to come in there. Especially, you know how it would be after so much. Those tickets are gonna get real cheap. So how big that fight was, people who could give a fuck less about some fucking boxing, they would have been down to pay 75, 100, $150 for some seats way out in the back, hella far away from the ring, as long as, they had the shit right where niggas can still, when you that far back, you don't expect to like sit there and watch the actual fight and enjoy it. You kind of know that you're just there more for the atmosphere, and you're watching that shit on the screen, you really you it's almost like you just paying for the pay-per-view, but instead of chilling at home, you want to go out here with the people and the boxing fans and the boxers, and the celebrities, and you want to enjoy the atmosphere of the fight. You don't just want to be at home. And I mean, shit, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. I mean, me personally, I've could have gone to boxing events. I could have gone to some Andre Ward boxing events, but shit, if I can't see the fight clearly and enjoy the shit, the actual fight, I feel like shit. I'd rather stay home than to have to go out and be in a building with thousands of people and have to deal with thousands of people, have to walk back and forth between thousands of people just because I gotta take a piss. If I feel like I gotta take a shit, then I gotta be fucking paranoid. Like, damn, is there gonna be somebody in the fucking bathroom when I get in there? Can I just let my shit go? What if I start making sound effects? You feel me? You can't be in public on the toilet making sound effects. You feel me? Looking like you fucking struggling. You know that part of White Chicks where the nigga ate the quiche and they told him that it was dairy. That nigga ran to the bathroom and then start making the sound effects. You can't be in the bathroom, bruh, making those kind of noises. And there's about 15, 10,000 motherfuckers. Even like 4 or 5,000 motherfuckers. That's a lot of fucking people. Fuck that. I literally don't go like get food when I'm starving if it's a time of day when I know that it's gonna be a lot of people out, extra people, not fucking thousands. If I go to Jack in the Box or Wingstop or whatever the fuck I decide to get, it's not about to be fucking 2,000 fucking people there. It'd probably be 30, 40 fucking people there if it's hella fucking people. But for me, that's too many motherfuckers. I can't watch and keep my eye on 20, 30, 40, 50 motherfuckers. So that I really don't like that shit. But anyways, man, Triple G gonna have to give in to some of Canelo's commands. I mean, not his commands, but his demands. Well, shit, I guess it's really the same shit. You gonna have to. You're the B side, bruh. You can never you Triple G in his whole career. I mean, unless Triple G beats Canelo in his whole career, he'll never do what Canelo has done. He'll never sell out like Canelo sells out. He'll never get 35. I don't know how many fucking people came. Oh shit, it was like 55,000, huh? Not even 35. Was it 35,000 or 55,000? They came to fucking Canelo and Smith. Man, those people are real fans, bruh. Cause I promise you I wouldn't go to that fight. If you gave me a free ticket, front row, to go watch Liam Smith and Canelo fight, I wouldn't have went and watched that fight. I would not go waste my time, you know, and watch a fight that isn't competitive. Fuck that. I'd rather lay here in my drawers with my ass stinking, eating some chicken wings, drinking on a beer and watch the fight and have to fucking get up and shower and get cute and fucking head out and sit in traffic and all this shit and deal with people and sit there in the front row, just to watch this bullshit. Like, man, fuck that. I'm good off that shit. That's how it be, man. I hate to see Canelo acting like a bitch though. Like I wish that Canelo would be like, I'm the main man in boxing. So I'm about to fight all the good ass fights and y'all ain't got no choice. Do like Mayweather. Y'all ain't got a fucking choice but to fight me or not. Cause I'm about to make y'all so much money that you can't say no. You know? Oh, Andrade, you been off, you been on a layoff. You don't know if you ready. Fuck it. You gotta fight me right now, nigga. And I think Canelo could beat all of the fucking champions at 154. I don't know if Andrade got a fucking belt at 154 no more. I thought that nigga got stripped and shit. But including him, the champions and including him and including Erickson Lubin. I think that I'm not saying Canelo like I'm predicting now that Canelo will beat all of them. I'm saying that if the fights got made and I had to sit down and think about it and break the fight down, I can definitely see myself giving Canelo all of those fights. Canelo is a really good fighter. He has an I don't want to say how I'm trying to say this. Canelo doesn't have I was going to say Canelo has an exciting style. Canelo's style isn't exciting, I guess. I mean, it's really not. His style's really not exciting. The thing that makes Canelo fights exciting is that he cherry picks opponents that don't move or that walk right into him so that his style of combination counterpunching is at its most effective. So it makes Canelo seem as if he's just so exciting. But like we know when he fought Mayweather, that's his style. Canelo is a passive aggressive fighter. He is I almost called him an ambush fighter, but he's not an ambush fighter because Canelo is a counter puncher. He likes for you to come to him. He's not waiting for that moment to jump on your head. He's waiting for you to wait for that moment to jump on his head so he can counter you to the body. I feel like Canelo and Danny Garcia have really similar styles when I watch them, not to a T, but really similar. And then especially like if you go back and watch some really young Canelo and then you watch Danny Garcia, I think that Canelo is overall the more skilled fighter than Danny Garcia because he's younger than yeah, he is, huh? Okay, I want to say Canelo's still young. I think Danny Garcia is 28 and Canelo's 26. Shit, maybe Canelo's 28 too, but I think he's like 26. I think he has more he's developed more than Danny Garcia. But they still have similar styles. It's like you almost want to call them aggressive sometimes because they like to move forward at all times if they're going to be moving in a direction, but they're not necessarily putting pressure on you. It's not like Canelo's just trying to cut the ring off and trap you on the ropes. And I mean not Triple G, but Danny Garcia doesn't do that either, but they try to keep a constant pressure on you so that with that constant pressure, you feel that you're forced to defend yourself. You're forced to let your hands go. And with that pressure, they try to stay at a certain distance so that when you do let your hands go, when you do throw that jab out, straight hook, whatever the fuck, that they can counter it, that they can be right there to counter you. But even when they counter you, they're not gonna jump all over you. They're gonna land. My bad, damn. It's early as fuck, bro. You know, after they counter you, they're not gonna jump on your head. They're gonna, start trying to. They're gonna keep their distance, but they're gonna start trying to put combinations together to get you on up out of there. But they're not those smothered type of combinations. They're not gonna like be push their forehead against your forehead and try to swing at your body. And then as they feel your hands go down, they're not gonna move their head to one side of your body and then throw the hook with the arm of the side of of their body that they move to over the top to try to catch you. We all know how those sequences go on the ropes. They don't get into a lot of those because they're not pressure fighters. They're move forward aggressive fighters, I guess, but not really pressure fighters. They're not putting that top notch pressure on you. They just put in just enough pressure, throw out just enough jabs so that your opponent responds. You flick out a jab, they flick out a jab back at you, you know? So you stay close to them. That's why you want to be moving forward and towards them so you stay close. So you flick out your jab, that shit's not even really meant to touch them. You just throw out your jab just so that they throw a jab back. You throw your fake jab, they throw theirs back. You slip that period, whatever you do, and then you counter. That's Canelo style, you know. That's why he likes niggas that run up on him. That's why Danny Garcia was able to beat Lucas Matisse because Lucas Matisse is just running up on Danny Garcia. He gonna counter you all day. And they both got chins. They both tough. I mean, yeah, they both tough. I'm gonna just give it that to them both. You know, Canelo really is a skilled fighter, man. Canelo gets underrated a lot. He gets overrated a lot. He's a really good fighter. He's a fucking pussy. And I'm just speaking boxing, not as a man. I ain't like on this channel when I say something about a fighter, I'm not speaking as a man. I don't know these people personally. I'm not saying that Canelo is a fucking cuckold. He fucking hits up black guys on Craigslist and videotapes them fucking his wife. Like he's not. I'm not saying he's a real life, everyday bitch made ass nigga. I'm saying that when it comes to boxing and when it comes to giving the fans what they want and fighting the best and making it clear who the best is and doing legendary shit and pushing the boundaries, he's a pussy. He's a skilled pussy, but he's a pussy. But it's not just Canelo. It's all these fucking fighters, man. They all fucking pussies. But you feel me? That's all I got for now, man. It's Western Groove, and I'm out.